Have you been trying to change something, be it in your life, like going and doing some exercise or meeting up more with friends because you've just not found the time to be more with them? Or maybe you're going through some changes in your organization and you're not getting the engagement that you really need from your employees. Or you are an employee and are finding it really, really challenging to continuing with the effort, with a continuous focus and drive that you need to keep up with the rhythm. Well, what we often forget is that we do have emotions that will get in the way of any change, because it's not only knowing how to do things that sometimes, if we don't know exactly how to do something because it's something new, right? A change implies that something will have to be a little different from what you're used to. So we start getting all these these emotions of coming from the uncertainty of how things will result. How will you manage to cope with, say, more workload? And even if it doesn't really mean more workload, because maybe they've introduced a new system and maybe the system will make things slow, but at the moment, the only thing you can really think that pops up immediately is, oh no, how is this going to work? And whether you realize it or not, you probably do, at least intimately, you do. You may not say anything about it, but you intimately probably think you're not very sure how it's going to work. And that gives you some reason to doubt, to stop yourself, to maybe not put in all the effort that you really need to be doing to acquire the new skill immediately, learn how to use things, or just take that step and make the change that you need to make, that you want to make in some cases, but something is holding you back. Now, what really holds you back is your emotions. Once you get those sorted, then things can start to move on. Think about an example of when you were able to change something about your life. Say you took that first step to traveling. Maybe you've wanted to travel and you weren't very comfortable with the idea of traveling, although you found it very exciting. But you wanted to travel somewhere where they speak a different language. And maybe you were unsure about that. Or maybe you wanted to get a new job, but that was a stretch and you didn't dare to apply. Whatever the challenge, just think about one challenge that you had and what stopped you from, say, taking that step. What stopped you from, for instance, applying for that job that you wanted, or giving it all the effort that you needed for it to succeed? Maybe you applied, but half-heartedly, thinking, well, I'm not going to get it anyways, for instance. What influences is our emotions. So if we can learn how to deal with our emotions, acknowledge them, deal with them, and then move on, that's the best way to go, because that is what very often interferes. But we're so used to not talking about our emotions, not ignoring them. We're too good to ignore them. We've learned to ignore them because it's socially not so acceptable in some cases to express an emotion. And that's the other thing. When is it okay to express? When is it not so okay? In the end, it's all about how you come across and how are you benefiting others through expressing your emotions. Is it okay to get angry, for instance? Is that going to benefit someone else, your group, your team, your family. So we need to think about things in a little bit of a different way. Now, I think I moved on probably too quickly onto the anger bit. So I think we'll leave that for another day. And for now, just think about what stops you. Try to see if you can look inside and how are those emotions affecting your decisions, and how are your emotions maybe stopping you from making a change that you know will be beneficial. Maybe stand up and give a good presentation. Talk to your group. But something is holding you back. Just have a think. And if you're interested in the topic, there is a new online course coming very soon in April 2008, and it will be available. Just go on to facebook.com/Dani Rius Coach. That's a DANIRIUS Coach. And find me there. And there will certainly be a link to that course coming up very soon in this month. Talk to you soon. Bye.